Lagos, the political concentration of the economy of Nigeria in Lagos, which all of you should know that is deliberate. If not because of us, the Igbos, Lagos cannot be. No, shut up your mouth. You that is even talking, you probably have no single kiosk in that Lagos. But you are living in a pride of something you didn't create. If the political criminals of Nigeria decided that Calabar is going to be the commercial capital of Nigeria, you don't even have the power to change that. The Igbos or Igbo millionaires or billionaires who make their money in Lagos, they also understand this. That as much as they have that money, and they want to keep having that money, it will have to remain in that same place because they don't even have the power to pull it out once and take it away. None of you have that power. You have nothing. You have control over nothing. As for Yorubas, well, thank God you can say Lagos is in Yoruba land. But to whose benefit? What is that direct benefit to Yoruba land? That Lagos is in Yoruba land. To you watching me right now. What is that direct benefit that you can say? It's not by your making. That's what I'm trying to tell you. None of this is by your making. Because if Nigeria is your creation, think about this. So, if Nigeria is our own creation, Nigeria would have been created by treaty. You know what is called a treaty? A treaty between all the nations that want to come together. Because you want to bring all your own resources and hand them over for your own use and the use of the rest of the country. There must be some agreement. There must be some understanding. But Nigeria didn't have that. Nigeria was just like a creation that would say, let this be, and it is. You have nothing around that. Do you think all of you who are joining me, including me that is talking here, do you think if you all have the real power as citizens of Nigeria, currently now only one seaport you have in Nigeria, country of 200 million people. Does that even make any sense to you? Does that make any sense to you? The underdevelopment of Nigeria is deliberate. You are seeing it. We have the number, we have the biggest, we have the highest billionaire Igbos in Nigeria. Shut up your mouth. We have the biggest, the largest billionaires in Hausa land. These are the people who have nothing. You are claiming a glory you have no contribution to. It's just connection. And here you are, in that same contraption that you have no power, no nothing, no influence. You are telling some people to go back to where they come from. You don't even have the power to move them and move them out of that place. You are buying a pack of noodles for 6,000 naira. You are buying a loaf of bread for 1,000 naira. A liter of petrol for 610 naira. And you think your tribal and the rest of all those championships that all of you are competing for, do you really think it's not an act of a lunacy, a madness? Have you not noticed that? You can only tell people to live anywhere the moment you are independent and as a country of your own. You can't have it both. We agree Nigeria is fraud. Great. Everybody agrees. But how can you say you are educated? How can you say you are exposed and you are a tribal bigot and you have no idea that You are such a disgrace. Every one of you is a victim. But in your head, you are telling yourselves that you are fighting a war to protect the Yoruba heritage, to defend the Igbo heritage. And it is by threatening yourselves, cursing yourselves, tearing yourselves up, making yourselves feel better, and make the other feel so terrible, abi? And when you are done with all your madness, you will now go back to the same country created by the Igbos, the Yorubas, the Hausas, the Fulanis, the Ijaws, Christians, Muslims, atheists, Babalawo, Mamalawo, and the rest of them. You would then have to go and exist in that place. Do you have a time to actually sit back and think and be like, well, this whole thing itself don't make any sense? You are a Yoruba man, you have no job. And you are right there in Yoruba land. You are an Igbo man or Igbo woman. You have no job, you have no means of any means of income, so to say. But suddenly, you are the champion of what you even. Oh, hey, hang on. Don't let us even just put it everything on empty stomachs now. Let's even talk about those of you who even seems to be having. You do have, but you are struggling. Like person will be say no get. And you are seeing the people who are doing all of this. But you are there. I better go anywhere where they drag the Yorubas, call me. If I am sleeping, please tag me. I will be there. I will be there. Anywhere that they drag all these Igbo people. If you see anywhere the Igbo people where they are dragging them, or you know what I mean, call me. I will be there. All these people and all of that. When they fight over who first, who was the who started wearing this particular cloth, and who was the first person that first bought this, who was the first person that first did this haircut, and the rest of that. One them by una lives are being mortgaged. Nigeria is imploding right before your very eyes, and una they get energy for all of that. I know it is deeper than all of this, and I am not expecting you to change. No, Amy. I may expect you to change again. No. I am just going to be here to remind you. Sure, you get that. When your madness is somehow, a little bit relaxed, and you can see the reality around you, and you will see that even if you are fighting this, your tribal war in your head, as stupid as you might be, right? You should get sense once in a while to realize that you are also living in a bubble. You are living in that same world that there's nothing special about you. Nothing. I am an Igbo man. We are Igbo people that are... Guys, shut up. Calm down and get out if you can. You are not special. I'm a Yoruba man. Are we Yorubas? You're not. Look around you. Wherever you are, your own shege is there facing you every day. And another thing, I'll tell you this one, and I keep telling people. When people call out Boko Haram is a criminal. Those around him were criminals. These were economic saboteurs, terrorists who destroyed people's lives. When they are called out, you are a dumbo for you to think that calling Boko Haram out is an attack on the Fulani. You are just a dumbo. When you see people educated say any small thing, they will be attacking Fulani. If you are one of those who believe that you are educated, and anything they say about Boko Haram is an attack on you because you are a Fulani, if the same thing is applicable to what do you call it? Tifnumbu. Somebody says something about Tifnumbu, and you begin to say it's an attack on your because if you get sense, look around you. Are the Yorubas living better? Did Fulanis live better under Boko Haram? Did the Northerners live better? Were they safer? Did they have a better electricity? Did they have more job created? Better than the rest of Nigeria? Did they? Olori ibu niyin. Somebody is saying something about Peter Obi too. You can't come out cloth and say because anybody that say anything is because they hate the Igbos. You are so we're in here. I don't know how to say what is we're in Igbo. These are politicians. It may be not Peter Obi because I have told you this before. When it comes to those who are making policies in national, who are taking decisions, and their decisions are affecting the lives of millions of people, their decisions can change the lives of millions of people or destroy the lives of millions of people. I hold them responsible. Do you understand? Even though a lot of you will feel comfortable pointing fingers. What will Peter Obi do differently? Did you go out there and then slap one of these Mahmoud people? Slap them and, drag them. Because say your votes no count because you voted for Obi. You didn't. So don't ask what Obi would do. These ones that are there right now, what are they doing? How much of that is affecting you, Abi? Or they say make a use them like that. Okay. Somebody says something about hopeless or Digba. You can't get a stroke. Any small thing. How these people will be attacking the Igbos. So anything they say about all these Igbo politicians is attack on Igbo. You demand yo. You demand the Gidigon yo. You don't hear that before? We're a share Gidigon. Because that is where the confusion lies. You think you are smart? You think, oh, I cannot sit down anywhere anybody is insulting Igbo. They are talking about your criminal leaders. And in order for you to defend them because you are Igbo, it's for you to go and start abusing and attacking the Yorubas. All these useless Yorubas. They will not talk about Tinubu. Tinubu and Hausa people, they are the problem of Nigeria. They are this or that, not the Igbos. She Igbos are your you demand you. And that is where this ethnic championship. I know say all of una go finally see the winner. But by the time all of una go see winner, some of you will be dead. Some of you, now hunger go don't kill you slowly but steadily. Because you are wasting your energy on absolute nonsense. And you have not seen anybody to remind you that whether from the north to the middle belt, to the south, to the east, to the everywhere. Una don't dey mad. Please, nobody. If you are watching me right now, I have acknowledged your prejudice. I'm a Yoruba man. I can tell you one or two things that are not of A2, but just how or what I probably heard about the Igbos, what I've heard about this, what I've heard about that. And today, some of them I cannot say them anymore. Because if I drop them now, we told you now that Mayegun are bigot. All the Yorubas are bigot. Some of you are so useless. See, when that your weary electric is sparking your head, now all the Igbos, living or dead, you want to abuse and attack and blame. Same thing applicable to you. When that your madness kick in beyond any manageable level, and your bigotry don't enter another level. Now every Yoruba go sweet for your mouth to call names and curse and do all of that. Some of you are even so creative in your bigotry. Man, I love this Mayegun. This is the first time I'm seeing a Yoruba man saying the truth. First time he's hearing a Yoruba man say the truth. God damn it. I'm not a bigot, Mayegun. I'm not a bigot. I just want to say that even all these Igbo people, their own is too much. They should try and talk to themselves. They should try and love themselves. And you are not a bigot. And I'm not a bigot. I'm just trying to advise them. Mayegun, you have not seen anybody to tell you. This Mayegun is a very straightforward person. This is the first time I'm seeing a Yoruba man that is so very honest. Una don shoko you decrease. Now bigotry, bigotry gidi, prejudice gidi, because of one mad lunatic that freak or tickle your own bigotry. Bigot Ivajamu, bigot Ewanshe, bigot championship. No concern. You are a bigot. You are a bigot. Every time they want to dominate, we no get anywhere where anybody, person where they scotty, is talking about somebody trying to dominate. All these Igbo people, they like to dominate. They always like to dominate. And dominate who? Person where they defeat. Himself don't get one chinko phone. He wanted to kind of consistently manage his bigotry. You don't get anything. Papa, you don't get anything. Apart from the shirt where they your body right now. And the phone you are using to watch, you don't get anything where anybody won't take. But now you they provoke. These Igbo people should go back to their country. If you want anybody to go back to where they come from, you will need to get your own country. And that is not you loving your country. It is called xenophobia. Xenophobia. When your criminal politician fail to develop the land, create job, and you cannot face them because you are a coward, you look for somebody else to blame. Yes. That's the reason why we have not been enjoying. There are too many foreigners in our country. There are too many foreigners who are doing this or that. Okay, will I say I don't fire you enough. So now let me now start advising you why I want you to listen to this, okay? A lot is going on. All right? And you who believes that what do you call it? Who believes that some people are trying to take over something you don't have from you. You need to first drop that. Leave all of that for now. And pay attention to what is really happening, going on around you. And you realize that, number one, it is not you who wants to take over anything from anybody. If you are an Igbo watching me right now, okay, some of you, personally, you have never had any problem with any Yoruba person or probably with any other tribe in your life. But you probably consciously or unconsciously, you have been made to believe that everyone hates you. I need to break that down for you tonight. Whenever I speak about the profiling, the Cold War that the Igbos have been subjected to for 50 years, I think I should break that down for you tonight, for all of you to understand and begin to know where you really belong. If you have been part of them or just an enabler, ignorant ones who just want to live the mental victory of, oh yeah, we did that, okay, we could do that. Listen, the roles are very well defined in this case, okay? When we talk about the profiling of the Igbos, it's in two phases. The establishment, who has the power to profile anyone and your businesses and ensure that in their mind, you will never have the resources in any way to, by any chance, take control. They are in control. I call it Cold War. Now, if you are an Igbo businessman, businesswoman, very, very busy, very, very wealthy, they they are on a different level to those of you who are Igbos, like just normal person, young person who probably works for somebody, okay, or yeah, or living outside Nigeria. That's different. I'm talking about businessmen and women now. Whenever they are targeted, there will be those whose businesses will either be demolished, business address demolished, using one law or another. Their business is targeted because they are the most involved in importation as well. Targeted, confiscated. And this is like a target that you will realize that they are coordinated. It is only the government, the people in government who have the resources to do such to such people. I'm talking about Igbo businesses that runs into hundreds of billions and trillions of naira. So those who have the power to target them, they can, you see all this devaluation of Nigeria naira that a lot of you are seeing today, 1,000 naira to $1. Do you know those who are really sweating blood in the last 8 years? Mostly, they are the Igbo businessmen and women. It is a policy. They can't say, oh, they are, I mean, you won't say they are targeted, Abi, but they will know they are targeted. Why? Because they will tell you that despite the fact that Nigerian system could give Dangote, a northerner, over $7 billion to build a refinery that never finishes. An Igbo man will never enjoy the same privilege. When this issue of devaluation, like I said, thousands of businesses, trillions of naira worth of businesses belonging to Igbos perished. Those who survived it today, they can tell you their stories, sweating blood. That is called systemic profiling. Do you get that? Then when it now comes to the ordinary Igbos, who are just like, they don't have billions. They are just like you and me. People who just wants to live, exist, and do their normal thing, and just feed their family and be safe. Just like me and you. They have no billions, and they are probably not pursuing billions. Those ones now will now come under the scrutinizations, like when they need jobs, when they need kind of loans, when they need housing, when they need education for their children. So they will end up having been profiled. A lot of them ended up having to provide education, healthcare for themselves and their families in their different abodes, especially outside Igbo land. Now, you see this kind of systemic profiling, when it comes to recruitment into government agencies, right? The Igbos are the least recruited. When it comes to, like they want to recruit people into the military, into the police, into the paramilitaries, the Igbos are the least recruited. They just won't. When it now comes to the leadership position in civil service like that, when it comes to Nigeria, one country, the Igbos are also the least appointed. And this whole thing is called kind of systemic profiling. You will see Igbos there, but there is a systemic agreement that, you know what I mean? They will never be allowed to really run things, even if they appear to be representing positions that seems to be running things, they will not be allowed to. This experience, I experienced that those who have witnessed it will tell you personally on what it takes an Igbo man or woman to exist in Nigeria of today. Now, these are the direct one to you. So, when we say they are targeted, in a way, it is systemic. And none of this is in any of you's control. If you are a Yoruba man, you have no control in what happened to the Igbos. even if you want to feel good that the system is doing this, and you are reading a lot of fables, fabu, about how they will do this or do that, then in that your own mind, you believe that by shouting, Igbo, go back to where you come from and the rest of that, that gives you some sense of sort of a power as a Yoruba man. At least I'm a Yoruba man. Let the Igbos go back to where they are. You don't even have that power. You are only Yoruba by association. You have nothing. Absolute nothing. Sure, you get every tradition, culture, and everything about the Yoruba people that makes us so unique. The only people who have threatened them are the criminals in the political offices in Yoruba land. See what they have turned your traditional rulers to. That was not done by non-Yorubas. It wasn't done by the Igbos. It wasn't done by the Fulanis or Hausas. This was done by the political criminals who are Yorubas themselves. Abi? That the Yoruba traditionalists cannot practice their tradition in Ilorin, a Yoruba land, which today, the Ronukus will remain very much like deaf and dumb to the plight of the Yorubas in Kwara State, in Ilorin to be precise. Yorubas will do what we call the Oro. You know, when we have to bring out our Oro. Oro is when the women cannot come outside. All females will be indoor. Only males will be outside. It's our tradition. It's our own way of appeasing the gods and then chasing away all the evil from our land. That's Yoruba culture. I am from Ijebu. Today, the only threat against that and everything traditional in Yoruba land today is the federal government and the government of they are practicing in Nigeria today. That's a threat. That's something that in no time is going to wipe out everything that actually makes us Yorubas. That's a threat that you should be up and doing to even fight for. But a lot of you think we are stupid, Abi. You think when you start shouting, you are fighting for Igbo. Defending Igbo politicians. You think when you are shouting, you are defending the northern Nigeria simply because you are defending the northern criminals. Do you think if you are shouting that you love Yoruba, you are defending Yoruba land by defending the Yoruba politicians? Do you think we are actually as dumb as some of you? That you hide behind your own hypocrisy, ignore the obvious threats, and create a different one that you could latch on until you begin to believe that it is true? What exactly would you say? You are in a country that says everybody can live wherever they want to live, right? But you are making yourself feel like you have some power because you are Yoruba. A lot of you today have no idea that if the political establishment in Nigeria had chosen River Niger to what do you call it? To the Atlantic Ocean as the economic capital of Nigeria today, that's exactly what it's going to be like. The same way you are asking question that why can't the Igbo politicians or the Niger Delta politicians develop their own seaports? It's the same way you will be asking today that why can't the Yorubas develop their seaports? It's because the establishment wants one seaport for political reason, for the continued underdevelopment of Nigeria. And none of you get control over that. None of us get control over that. So if there's anything you want to push for, I want to advise you to drop your, what is it called? Drop your ethnic and tribal championship. They are all political, sort of, political fraud. Everything around this, Igbo this, Hausa that, Yoruba this or that, they are being fueled based on the political permutation. None of you is interested in defending the Igbos. All of you want Nigerianists. Mad people. You are not interested in defending Yoruba land or defending any land. You are only waiting for your own turn, so that maybe one of these days they will take you to their tour, and you will remain, your people will remain as they are. The development will remain as they are, and then you will continue to be screaming, now you, the Fulanis, the Hausas, the Yorubas, the Igbos, and the rest of all of those nonsense that you put up in your head. No amount of education could take that away from all of you. That is the saddest part. Illiterates are better than some of you. I'm talking about illiterate who didn't read too much. A lot of you read a lot, but you are now ethnic jingoists, tribal champions. But yet, in that your own tribal triumph and the supremacy nonsense, you are still unable to actually live a better life. The criminals who are looting all of this, you will see the Yorubas, Hausas, Igbos, everybody from there, Christians, Muslims, and the rest of them, all of them. Baba, she once in a while, una no supposed just sit down, they think, say, more, we just think about our lives. We like say, una the craze. I have seen a lot of people, young people, little kids. They are defending Yoruba land. Others are saying, we'll defend Igbo, we'll defend all the Igbo this, we'll never take all this nonsense. These two lunatics. Two lunatics from the both sides of the Niger. Living in the poverty capital of the world, where their lives is worth next to nothing. The two ways that could be killed, and nobody go even like feel bad in a way to ask questions. They are fighting. The Yorubas have always been your in 1821. Olori Buruku in 1821. Our people created something. They stood for something. A lot of you have nothing you are standing on now. You are fighting yourselves because of politicians. You are telling yourself that if they say something about Tinubu, is something they are saying against Yoruba. I'm a Yoruba person. And the poverty that has escalated in Yoruba land today, I've started seeing Yorubas, they do Bambi Allah, Baba. And you Wiris are saying you are fighting for Yoruba this. I have to defend my culture. You cannot say any nonsense about. They are saying something about Yoruba land, they get mad. You are not mad that your people are turning to Bambi Allah, fine bara. Our people, our own youth are becoming more and more sort of unemployable. There's a problem of unemployment. We have unemployed young people. And then when you now try to see if you can help them and employ them, you realize that majority of them are unemployable. When they speak like the same Tifnumbu, Bulaba, Bala Blue. Everywhere is degenerating. Una they become ethnic champion. I love that. I don't say una no go here. See, no be today. I know that you are never going to hear. But you know something? You are also never going to deny the fact that you spent 10 minutes with Mayegun, and somehow, it can't be like saying now you, Mayegun, they talk to, because it's you I'm talking to. I know a lot of you that you have been doing so much to kind of hold it back. If they allow you to say everything within your mind about the Yorubas, what's in the inside of you about the Yorubas? Say them. Say everything that you have inside you. After you finish saying everything you have inside you about the Yorubas, Yoruba this, Yoruba that, Yoruba up, Yoruba down, Yoruba left. All right. When you are done, okay, you will then have to go back to the life, the world created by the Yorubas, the Hausas, the Igbos, and your people, and my people, and the poverty capital of the world that you have to swim through. You go back into it. Mayegun, honestly speaking, all these Igbo people, they are taking it too far. I understand that I understand that Nigeria has not been fair to them. But all this nonsense they are saying about the Yoruba people, if I say what is inside of me, if I say everything that is inside of me, honestly, all these Igbo people, they will just go and die. Baba Kilo and waiting inside the pangolo head, that your pangolo head. Waiting you won't say about the Igbos to make yourself feel better because you are Yoruba, abi? Oh yeah, say it. Say it, weary. Say everything that is inside of you. The Igbos, oh yeah, continue. When you are done, when you are done, you now walk outside and go and buy bread, Yoruba bread, Yoruba hospital bill, Yoruba school fees, olórí burúkú ni ń ronú, una no dey think. Mo tún sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn tún sọ mi kí n máa even say what is inside of kí ló wà nínú inside of you? The inside that is pangolo empty. Kí ló wà inside of you about the Igbos? So what I'm trying to tell you is that if you get sense, even if your sense they work once in a while, once every week, and I pray that this moment is that moment that your sense is working, you have no control over anything. Nothing. You are just doing a mental gymnastics. Doing this Igbo this, Yoruba that, Hausa this, Fulani that. Baba, mental gymnastics ló ń ṣe. Tó bá forí ẹ gbé wéètì tán, you go drop wàá gbé wéètì ẹ sílẹ̀, wàá ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wàá gbé wéètì ti the shege that Nigeria has in stock for you. So once you begin to use your brain, that you are all victims, they are demolishing Igbo people houses. You said they demolish everything. We wanted to demolish. No be person will get money, they build us. The way your life is right now, the way Nigeria economy is right now, ṣé o ní lọ ṣògùn owó báyìí? Can you even be able to afford a container to put on a 2x2 land? So that you can still you can have something, you can say you have roof over your head. With the way Nigeria is right now, at the age of 25, at the age of 33, at the age of 38, tell me, before Kolojo today, before you die now, like Shogun in this situation Nigeria is, you feel build a container where they go demolish? They don't demolish somebody, some of them's houses, abi. Nigeria has happened to them. So they will deal with it, abi. You that has no single wheelbarrow, you are happy because the houses they demolished are Igbo houses, and you are a Yoruba man. When they finish demolishing the houses, they go do like Robert Mugabe in Zimbabwe. They will now reshare the land. Osborne, all those land that they reclaim from the sea. They will demolish all of them now. Will they give them to you? You are doing mental gymnastics. And to some of you who probably have no sense too, who are celebrating it because to you, all of them we have told them, all these Igbos that are building houses in Lagos, they should have come and build their houses in this or that. You cannot make yourself feel good hiding your own prejudice by saying, you know what I mean, using that too as a base. No, it doesn't make any sense. All of una, they run mad in a different kind of diagnosis that if we begin to kind of test each one of you, they probably will spend decades to identify the names of your madness. Listen to me. Listen Listen very carefully. Nigeria is imploding. And some of you are just enablers, despite the fact that you are also victims too. Cut your nose to spite your... I've been waiting, they say, cut your... Oh, no. I'll use whatever I remember, Sha. They say, cut your... or remove your eye to spite your nose. I'll be cut your lips to spite your nose. I'll be cut your nose to spite your eyes. Here you get, I'll go show you, say, these eyes. Thank you very much, Chike. So Chike is my brother from Canada. Chike is Igbo. And every time I see Chike, I see a brother. And every time I see people like Chike, I see them as my friends and brothers too. Number one, I probably would never have known Chike the same way I have known him today if Nigeria and everyone was living in their own country. Sure, you get. Probably Chike would be in a different country. And that would be in a different country. But because of Nigeria, I have known many Chikes. And all my life, there has never been any Chike, Obiora, Obioma, Chizom, that has ever been a threat to me. Never in any of this my oblongata, medulla oblongata, brain longevity. Sure you get. Never. And I don't think I appear to be a threat to Chike in any way. But there are people like Mayegun and there are people like Chikes today who believe that someone like Mayegun, if he is not dangerous to us now, he is going to be dangerous to us later because he's a Yoruba man. And someone, another Mayegun, is looking at Chike and said, well, it's true, but Chike is Igbo. If he is not dangerous to me now, he's going to be dangerous to me later. That is the world these criminals have created. That is the world a lot of you are buying different tickets. The world, okay, that you didn't create. You are just a victim of. They want me to see Chike and be very careful of Chike. And they want Chike to be very careful of me. But guess what? That I don't have electricity or access to good health care, better infrastructure, solid and affordable education system for my children. As a Yoruba man, Chike doesn't have the same too. He has no access to 24 hours electricity, no access to good infrastructure, no access to better health care or education for his own children, affordable. We are all victims of the failures of the criminals from both sides. But somehow, they want me to believe that Chike is the problem. And they want Chike to believe that Mayegun is the problem. That is the world they have created. Identity crisis. You know what I mean? A Chike could be dangerous to me because he's Igbo. Why do I have to think like that? Well, I am told because I'm a Yoruba man. A Chike can never really like me. And if I have any power to quickly cut out and destroy Chike for doing nothing to me, I should do it. Because if Chike has the same chance, he will do the same thing to me, even though I have no problem with him. That is the prejudice of the old that has now turned to what you have today. That a lot of you are indeed.
I don't want to sit here and reveal all my strategy. I am the first speaker among the three of us running. So they will spy on me. So you will have a limited answer here today. Another day you can bring me back. But that's part of what I do.
Do you get that? So how do we then stop this kind of mindset? It starts from telling yourselves, who are supposed to provide electricity? The government. Then you look at the government and you have to take out your tribal, ethnic lenses and see a useless group of people in charge of your government than seeing a Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo, Fulani, Christian, Muslim. And the moment you see them as who they are, your connection to them will drop. You are never going to feel offended because you are a Muslim and somebody is talking about them. They are not Muslims. You're not going to feel offended because you are a Christian and somebody just says something and you feel offended because they are talking about him because he's a Christian. No, he's not. She is not a Christian. They are criminals. You are never going to begin to defend anybody because he's an Igbo, because you are Igbo, you are Yoruba, you are Hausa or this. And when they say something about them and their failure, instead of you to see those criminals as who they are, you are there trying to defend an Igbo man, defend a Yoruba man. No, you are not. You are defending criminal. And none of that is actually changing anyone. So you can continue to do this in empty stomachs, thinking you are fighting for Nigeria. You are deceiving yourself. You cannot be victims of a failed government, failed country. As victims, you are supposed to be bonding together and face those that want to ensure that from your generation to generation and generation yet unborn are in perpetuity of indebtedness, poverty. You should be bonding. You should not be ethnic champions, because those who are using those ethnic division and the rest of them, they know what they are doing. A lot of you dumbos who are taking the bait are the ones who have no clue what you are jumping into. When people fail, like Tinubu as you have him right now, it is Tinubu and his 48 thieves that are destroying Nigeria right now. Hold them responsible. And when you want to hold them responsible, at least if you are not a Yoruba man, hide your hypocrisy as well as your bigotry. Hide them a little bit and face Tinubu and spare the Yorubas of your nonsense. I know I can't assure you, you can't assure me of that. I don't think any of you will be able to fire Tinubu without firing the Yorubas altogether. Now only God knows how many free shots, stray bullets where they hit people like us every day, simply because we are Yorubas. Sure, you understand? I know some of you will not feel good if you want to fire Tinubu. If you don't add the Yoruba to it, it won't make much sense. Fine, go on with it. But maybe once in a while you should. Probably face it as it is. And with that, you are not only calling them out, you probably will develop the courage to really face and fight and defend whatever is left of your own dignity that they are about to destroy anyway, instead of wasting your time and blaming the Yorubas because of Tinubu. Like I said, I know I may not be able to make you do that. The bigotry has become a pandemic in Nigeria now. It's great. Same thing to those of you. Simply because Tinubu's failure, which is also affecting you, as expected, Nigerians will react. And when they react, you cannot beat people and begin to tell them how to cry. How can you beat someone and you are telling people how to cry? People cannot afford to feed. People cannot afford to pay their bills. They have no job. They have no money. They have nothing. And they can see you wasting the money. Sure you get. So you cannot tell them how to talk or how to react to the failure of APC generally. Baba. So because they are now firing Tinubu, because you are a Yoruba man, you know if you take him. Is Tinubu the problem? Is it Tinubu that's the problem? Is it Tinubu that said that you should go and born 5 kids? Is it Tinubu that is going to come and help you to those people who cannot sleep with their wives anymore? They will blame Tinubu. Anybody that cannot feed again, they will blame. Is it Tinubu? Make una go and look for something else. Even you are suffering. But suddenly, because you are a Yoruba man, a Yoruba woman, talking about Tinubu simply means they are attacking Yoruba. Meanwhile, Olori Buruku Are that should also be talking. Instead of you to be speaking out to join voice with others and